Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to your channel Learn Data Science with Pranjal. In this knowledge video, we'll discuss all the available regressors through which we can build our regression model. So normally when we try to build a regression model, that is when our target variable is numeric and continuous, we normally prefer a linear regression or any other variant of linear regression, that is a ridge regression, lasso or probably elastic net. But there are some another algorithms also which can be used when our target variable is numeric and continuous. So for example, like a decision tree normally used for our classification, but it can also be used for our regression. Similarly, like your random forest, extra tree classifier, gradient boosting, extreme gradient boosting, KNN and all those things. But whenever you are using any of these algorithms and not the linear regression, we need to keep one thing in mind, that since we are not using linear regression, we will not be having the line. So what I want to convey over here is that we will not be having this type of equation. So y is equal to beta naught plus beta 1 x1 dash dash till beta n xn. So this equation will not be available to you. And if this equation is not available, then you cannot do the interpretation. You cannot, if I do not have the value of beta 1, then I do not come to know that what is the change or the impact of change of x1 on my y. So yes, you can do the prediction, but then keep one thing in mind, that you cannot take any business decision. You will not come to know what is the change of impact of X on your Y, because we do not have the privilege of beta naughts and beta ones, beta 2, beta 3, so on and so forth. But still the prediction can be done. So let's quickly see our code, and then at the end we'll compare all the algorithms and we'll try to find which algorithm is probably giving me the best result. So for this example, I have taken a data set which I have all previously taken in my previous some different videos. That is a property price data set. It's a quite a good data set which has around somewhere around 84 columns, and we want to predict our price of the house. So let's get started and see our code. So in interest of saving the time, what I have done is I have already written the code, and I'll quickly scroll down and explain what is happening and which all algorithms we are building. So first of all, I have done my all the necessary import pandas, numpy, all those things. Then at line number 2, I am reading the file and checking the shape. So there are 1459 records and 81 columns. And my target variable is the last column, that is our sales price. And before building the model, as usual, I am doing my data cleaning. So I am dropping my ID column because it is a unique identifier. It's just a sequence number. Then I am line number 6, I'm checking for the null values. So these are the null values I'm checking. And then I am handling my null values. I'm filling the null values with some logical value. So based upon whether it's a numeric column or a non-numeric column, I'm filling it. And after filling my null values, my data cleaning is done. And then I'm converting my labels to numbers, so non-numeric to numeric. So for that, I'm using my label encoders. So label encoders has already been discussed in earlier video. And then what I'm doing is I'm doing my sampling at line number 13 and 14. So after doing my sampling, I can see that the number of records in my X are 1167 and number of records in my X test are, or in test data, are 292. And here we go, we build our first model, that is a linear regression. So I import my linear regression and then I build it. At line number 18, I'm fitting my model and then I'm finding my R square. And for linear regression, I'm also finding my adjusted R square, and then I'm finding my, at line number 22, I'm finding my MSE, that is your mean square error. And the parameter with which we will compare all the different algorithms would be our MSE and MAPE. So at the end, let's see which model gives me lower MSE and lower MAPE. And one thing which I have done is that I will not do sampling separately for different algorithms. Sampling would be fixed. So train and test would be fixed for each and every algorithm. Then what I'm doing is I'm building my ridge regressions, and I'm importing my ridge, building my ridge regression. For ridge regression also, I'm finding my adjusted R square and R square. Similarly, I am building my lasso regression, and for lasso regression also, I am getting my R square and adjusted R square. So R square adjusted R square almost seems to be quite similar for ridge, for ridge, lasso, and linear. Not a very big difference I can say, though there is a difference of 1 or 2%. Then I'm using my elastic net. So elastic net will use both your ridge and lazo. And let's compare our MAP. So MAP is around 10.74. Then what I'm doing is I'm using my decision tree regressor. So normally when we use decision tree, over here I say decision tree classifier, but as of now I'll set decision tree regressor, and then obviously I'm fitting it and scoring it. So over here when I score it, I get answer as 1, MAPE as, so scoring when I do on my train data, I get answer as 1. So I think that the tree has expanded to the maximum depth, and that is why it is giving a very high accuracy on the train data. But our criteria would be how it works on a test data. So I'm doing the prediction on the test data, and MAPE is 14%. So it means that there are around 14% of error on an average for decision tree. Similarly, I am building my random forest classifier, and in random forest classifier again my MAP has gone down, it is 11.34. Then I am using my extra tree regressor, and same thing. So in extra tree regressor also, when I score my model on my train data, I get answer as 1. And one more thing to keep in mind is that we should not be finding the adjusted R square for our decision tree random forest. Adjusted R square should be found only for ridge, linear, lazo and elastic net. For any other algorithms, though mathematically I can find the adjusted R square, but we should not be finding it. So similarly, extra tree classifier, then I am building my AdaBoost classifier, adaptive boosting, and then I am building my SVM classifier. So in SVM classifier also I can get the privilege of coefficients, because it also uses a kind of plane or the kernel concept. So over here also I can build it. Then I'm using my KNN, that is your K nearest neighbor. So K nearest neighbor regressor, and number of neighbors I have taken as 10, because though if I change the number of neighbors, the accuracy will probably fluctuate a lot. But I did a separate model building on KNN, and I found that the 10 was giving me the best answer. So that is why I've taken the number of neighbors as 10. And MAPE in KNN is around 17.54. Then next algorithm, that is your gradient boosting. So I'm doing my gradient boosting regressor, and in gradient boosting regressor it is this much. MAPE is 9.11, and then I'm using my using extreme gradient boosting, and using my extreme gradient boosting, my accuracy score MAPE is. And now I want to compare. So this is what I'm doing. So at line number 81, let's discuss. So I'm creating a data frame, and this data frame will have 3 columns. That is your name of the algorithms, and MSC and MAP. So I have taken all the algorithms: linear, lazo, ridge, elastic net, decision tree, random forest, KNN, SVM, extra tree classifier, AdaBoost, gradient boosting, and extreme gradient boosting. And for each feature I have used build my MSC, and I found my MAP. And after that, what I have done is I have sorted the models based upon my MAP. And sorting is based on ascending sort. Okay. So the lowest value would be on the top. So from this model, I can see that gradient boosting, the MAPE is 9.11. So gradient boosting seems to be giving me the best result, and then followed by your elastic net. And at the end I see my SVM. So SVM classifier is not working that good. It's giving me around 81% error. And another thing which is quite amazing is that my extra tree classifier is giving me better result compared to my random forest classifier, and also compared to your extreme gradient boosting, that is your XGB. So yes, from this we can conclude that that if you do not want to interpret your model, if you do not want to take any business decision that what is the impact of X on your Y, if you are only interested in the predicted values, then probably you can go beyond linear and you can try different algorithms also, and then at the end probably you can decide which algorithm is giving you the better result. Okay, so over here it seems that gradient boosting seems to be giving me the better result. So this brings us to the end of this knowledge video, and I hope people have enjoyed this video. Hope to see you soon in my next video. Till that time, happy learning.